and welcome to the second edition of Weekly Takes, a program where you and me, Jagjit, will discuss the happenings of last week around the world and in India. I'm an Indian presently working and living in New York City. An interesting fact about New York City which I wish to share with you. Do you know how many languages are spoken here? The answer will amaze you. Over 640. A language, Seke, is spoken in Mustang Anchal, the district of Nepal, is spoken by about 700 people worldwide, is also spoken in New York City, and there are almost 100 people in New York City speaking that language. For our convenience, I have divided this program into 4 different segments. News of the world and around New York City, happenings in India, and last but not the least, the role of the opposition in India, which is very important to keep our democracy strong and alive. The world news has been overshadowed over the last week by news about the pandemic. WHO has been questioned, and rightly so. It needed to have warned the world of the true threats quite early. A huge sigh of relief came in from New Zealand, which declared itself COVID-free. Countries are slowly wanting to open up. They are opening up, but resurgence of corona is being witnessed. Beijing is back into partial lockdown. Various American states are wanting to open up, but everybody is fearing of a second wave, which has also impacted the share market. The fight against corona is a wake-up call. As someone wisely said, if you will play with Mother Nature, it will punish you in return. Tree cover in the United States is shrinking. US cities are losing 36 million trees annually. What as Americans have we to say about climate change? In America, we were all vocal about the murder of George Floyd last week and above by a police officer. Protests happened all over the country and many different parts of the world shared it together. As a result, police reforms have been brought in. Things need to change as to how America's police will treat its population, particularly the people of color. Tactical rule change, budget cuts, defunding, and even talks of disbanding the police are being heard of in the communities. The question which comes to my mind, after all, who are these police officers? And are they not human beings just like us? Why do we need them? Should we not strive for a system which is transparent enough and policies put in place that such killings never happen again? That would be the real victory of democracy. I further reiterate, all lives matter, be it human or even animal. Coming to India, let us examine how we fared on the corona meter. We need to be positive and refrain from being depressed out of any situation. Our recovery rate is almost 50%, and we have lost 8,848 lives when reporting now. Italy has had 34,000, UK over 41,000, and New York City alone has lost over 30,000 lives. Why is the richest city, Mumbai, and the capital city, Delhi, the least prepared for its fight against corona? Why does Mumbai have the highest infection rates even after the migrant laborers have left for their hometowns? Why is it that people like Sonu Sood have to come forward to help the poor masses? Why not people from the political elite who are there in the Forbes list and who have amassed a lot of wealth come forward? The only common factor between these two cities is that both are being governed at presently by parties in opposition to the government at the center. Talking about our neighbor, Nepal, Some time back, Nepal created its own map showing some portion of the land which belongs in Uttarakhand, which is in India, as belonging to Nepal, and passed a resolution through its parliament. But it did not take into account the historic perspective of the issues. You all are aware of it. It is like me sitting here in New York and declaring that I own the world. Think about it. Why Nepal did what it did. Coming to India-Chinese border dispute, we were drawn in a war with China in 1962, when we lost a great part of our territory. Have we lost more? What does the government say about it? And what is the opposition saying? Friends, opposition in any democracy needs to be strong, and only then people at large get benefited. And my appeal to the opposition, particularly the Congress party, be vocal but be nationalist when talking to international issues and international people. Think of how the people are viewing you as. Coming to Rajya Sabha elections, which are due to happen on the 19th of this month, my understanding through my talks with powers that may be on both sides of the spectrum, BJP is to score major victories and Congress may see defeats. I fail to understand when will my party, the Congress party, try and change its strategy. Why have the same old horses to run the races? Why not give chance to newer faces, fresh people? Will Digvijay Singh win or will Congress change its image? Mere talk about Dalit cause will not work. क्या कांग्रेस में खानदान को ही तरजीह दी जाएगी? उत्तर प्रदेश में क्या सब कुछ गंवाना चाहती है कांग्रेस पार्टी? प्रदेश अध्यक्ष जेल में हैं और सेनापति खामोश। सब कुछ लुटा के होश में आए तो क्या किया? राजस्थान में सरकार बदलने के कगार पर है। सचिन पायलट किस करवट बैठेंगे? क्या छत्तीसगढ़ में भी बदलाव होगा? कांग्रेस पार्टी को अगर सार्थक रहना है तो आमूल परिवर्तन करना होगा। और ध्यान रहे, जब पुताई होती है तो हमेशा ऊपर से ही शुरू होती है। अगले एपिसोड में बिहार चुनाव पर लंबी बातचीत होगी। आज ही के दिन प्रोग्राम को लाइक करें और सब्सक्राइब अवश्य करें। जय हिंद, जय भारत।